Hey guys, welcome to the Heart of David. Hope you're doing well today. Super hot where I live. It's probably right now maybe about 105. It's going to get even hotter. Remember where I live? I live in Ontario, Canada, so that's pretty far up north. My main topic today is, and I don't think far ahead when I make this video. I'm just like, hop in the shower. Lord, what do you want me to talk about? And then I come out and then I have no shortage of ideas. And I just want to talk about what God has done in my life despite the horrible feelings that I go through, where I was. And as you know, it's quite tough for me to stand here because of my abdomen. It is actually worse at this time of the day. It's around 2 o'clock right now. When I go on my walk and come back, it gets much better. You say, why don't you do your videos then? But I just want to get it out now. I want to get it out in the spirit. First, though, for the people who, there's 3 topics here, and this could be a whole separate video for the people that watch my channel, maybe because they also understand who the Antichrist is, who the false prophet is. And this time this is about the false prophet, and this is very short. And I don't think you've heard it in this way before. I haven't heard anyone say this. And it was a revelation that I got the other night in my spirit. I'm not saying that God is giving me anything, but these are things that are already known. These are just things that I see myself that someone hasn't seen yet. And so I wrote it down, but I never got to it. I do believe in all my heart that Elon Musk is a false prophet. Even if you see a split between him and Donald Trump, it doesn't matter. I think somehow they're going to come back together again. And since they both give the signal all the time, right, with their hands, we know that there's something else to this. The fact that Elon Musk owns Twitter tells me a lot. Isn't that what the false prophet would do? Find a connection that would get through to so many people, 220 million, and even though he's got 220 million followers, that's just Twitter. There's probably 1 billion people that hear him when he. So what am I talking about? He makes them. The false prophet helps the beast out somehow. The false prophet is a beast, but he makes them worship the first beast. And I want to make this very clear. Like, I don't know if this is, but this is very suspect to me. I'm going to play something for you, and I just want to talk about this. And he came at a very specific time, didn't he? I mean, Elon Musk has been around for a long time, but with Donald Trump, I do believe Donald Trump was on the way to a victory already. I don't think Elon Musk. He probably helped him put him overwhelmingly in that capacity. And even before Joe Rogan, I think he was gonna win. But those things certainly helped. So I wonder if he is the false prophet because of this, just this one thing. Which there will be more to this, because if you look at Neuralink and Greek gematria, it's 666. I mean, the biblical chances of that are impossible, and God doesn't make mistakes. That thing, it has the ability to control a person, or will. There's no other chip that will go in the hand or the forehead that is like that advanced. And there's other companies. There's Microsoft and China who are trying to work on these same things because they know it's a big race. So I'm trying to put this together in the proper manner so you can understand. So what would the false prophet do? Would he not help him get elected? Would he not? Is that not what Revelation is specific about? About worshiping the beast? Is this not worship? Listen. Is this not worship? Is this not what the false prophet would do? Just listen. I just was jumbling around in my head. I'm like, wow.
Elon Musk! I'm not just MAGA. I'm dog gothic MAGA. Well, the energy in this room is incredible. All government spending is taxation. So whether it's direct taxation or all government spending, it either becomes inflation or it's direct taxation. Your money is being wasted, and the Department of Government Efficiency is going to fix that. America's just not just going to be great. America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing.
Who is this guy? They didn't get what they asked for, did they?
You guys are awesome. Honestly, this is like...
The energy that comes from him is, I would have to say, is even stronger than Donald Trump. And that's what I wanted to say. I wonder if he's a false prophet because of that. Because he's like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Vote for him. Go here, go there. Is that not what? He got him elected. Help him get elected. How many votes that is, I'm not sure, but I'm sure it's a lot though. They won all 7 swing states. Now we can throw the sticky out. Stickies, by the way, really help. I'm going to get to my own suffering and stuff like that. It's becoming a very hard time of the day for me to do this because of the things I've been suffering in my abdomen, which are not normal. And I do believe it's about the things I'm doing in my life. I don't think it's really pertaining to stress. I think it's a change in, anyways. It's very tough. It's my splenic flexure pushing in so hard. So it is it's a new phenomenon, and I hope it goes away. But that's why my videos are stronger and better, and I'm able to think better. And so let's get into this. So not about me and this. I just wanted to touch on this. Does that not open your eyes a bit more? That very specific time, I believe, could be something that John saw. Because who else makes fire come down from heaven? And he's attached to Neuralink. So look at him. He's just as popular as Donald Trump, or very close. You know what? I also looked, and the most searched person on the internet is Donald Trump. Let me paste. I would go back on this. Look up Elon Musk Dark MAGA at Trump rally. Look that up, and then read Revelation 13. When this pushes into my abdomen, that's why pacing is good for me. It feels like I'm going crazy. It's just something I deal with, and it's something I'm going to talk about. I don't want to talk about myself. I have to talk about myself though, but I wanted to say this first. I was looking at a specific channel, and you know what? Because I have my doctrines, and because, you know, I understand what the scriptures say. I'm not saying I'm correct in everything that I read, but and that's with all of us. But I watched some channels just out of interest, and in my journey I watched Young Dawn. Surely you've probably seen one or two or maybe more of those videos. And the reason I watched it is because he doesn't live actually that far away from me, but because I was watching his own journey, and you know, I thought it was a more worldly thing. But it seemed to me like he was starting to become proficient in the scriptures. And in any case, you know, it's one of those things where I was like, it was just worldly. But I felt like he was saved. You know, like, thanks for the 5, or thanks for the 10, thanks for the 20. You know, those things. I'm just not for those things. But isn't it funny how he jumped from one doctrine to another? And so do we, right, as well. But it was kind of strange in the way that he did. But, and I don't mean to speak evil against a brother, but I still call him a brother. He's gone through what you call Christian deconstruction. So he says he's no longer a Christian, he no longer believes. And I looked at the verse that, you know, that's the reason why he doesn't believe, and one of them was, when Jesus tells us that, you know, ask and you will receive whatever you ask for. But he didn't understand that it was, if it was in the will of God, which was pretty simple, and he was a smart guy. He should have understood that. But what was I going to say about this? I decided last night, just hard time, just for the heck of it, to look to see where he was now. You know, because I don't hope any bad for him, right? I hope that the Holy Spirit chastises him if he's truly saved. But I went and I looked at his videos, and it was, man, Andrew Tate, he's swearing, he's got a tattoo on his neck, and man, what a change. It's unfortunate, and all you can do is pray. And so I just want to read a scripture with that. Let me know if you watched any of his videos. First John 2:15. Don't love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world is passing away, and the lust of it, or in the KJV, lust thereof. But he who does the will of God abides forever. Little children, it is the last hour. As you have heard that Antichrist is coming, even now many Antichrists have come, by which we know that it is the last hour. Here it is. Verse 19 of 1 John 2. They went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would have continued with us. But they went out that they might be made manifest, that none of them were of us. But you have an anointing from the Holy One, and you know all things. And I haven't written to you because you don't know the truth, but because you know it, and that no lie is of the truth. So that's what I see. And, when you speak of the apostasy, this is part of it. And you know why the apostasy is possible? Why it's happening now versus why didn't it happen in in the 1900s, the early 1900s, all throughout the 1900s, until what? The internet. It was the internet that created the apostasy. But I don't see a lot of people making videos about how the internet is the source of everything that's wrong in this world. You don't see a lot of those videos. I mean, you can look and I'm sure you can find some, but it's underestimated. Yeah. Now, man, you guys see the struggle I'm going through in my abdomen. I may not make videos at this time anymore. It could be the food I'm eating. Well, I mean, it always is. You know, that's just. If I don't eat, I'm in trouble. And I was in that trouble in my life already. And my life, I stopped eating altogether for about a period of 3 years. You know, maybe 150, 200 calories a day, and about a cup of water a day for years. Anyway. So I know what that's like because I didn't know the things that I was suffering with, and the other things in my body. It was just one thing here, one thing there. They're all over the place. And how are you going to get at this? How are you going to get at that? If you don't even have the treatment, if you don't even have the recognition, what are you going to do? I wore away. That's what happened to me. Give me a sec. But it wasn't after fighting for many years before. I tell you, that abdominal pain, well, the one that I have anyways, the splenic flexor syndrome, is just not like the others, man. It pushes so hard that you feel like you're having a heart attack. You're getting breathless, but I don't want to get into too much of that. Although that's going to be part of this. Sometimes you just got to catch your breath, right? I will pace, and then I'll say this. I sent this story to one of you guys, and I ask every one of you to watch it. I'm going to put it in the description box. You're going to be blown away. It'll probably make you cry. You know, you probably have it on your thing, at least some of you guys. Alpha and Omega Productions. It's called A&O Productions. Do you know that channel? They put out some good stuff. Well, yesterday, man, you got to watch this. A real live miracle caught on. It says camera, but you can only hear it. And all you need to do is hear it to understand that it was a miracle. There was a guy who lost his voice, and he was a preacher. He was like a Sunday school teacher. I forget exactly what it was. Yeah, he's a preacher. I forget if he's a pastor. It doesn't matter anyway. You'll see this. It really hit. I mean, it'll hit home with every one of us with our pains, but it wasn't specific because of me, because I couldn't speak anymore. Every time I spoke, I was so out of breath. Huge spasms all over the place. So when I saw this story, this man he developed scarring in his throat, and he, you know, it was like literally being choked. He's like, talk like RFK. You heard Robert F. Kennedy. When you hear him speak, it was like that. A bit different, but kind of the same, because there was scar tissue blocking it. You know, when your vocal cords get touched, man. I don't want to tell too much of this story, but God took away that scar tissue. You're going to see what happened to him. He was about to take his life. And When I think of that story, that's all I'm going to say. I want you guys to watch that video. It's really, really good. I've never seen another one like that yet. I may look to you like at this time of day that I'm struggling. You probably see my struggling elsewhere. The reason you see me struggling on this video is because of abdominal pain, and just really one in specific. The other ones I can tolerate. This one, and one of the reasons I make this channel is to show you my pain, to show you the things that I've been through, you know, and what God can do. Things I thought were impossible became possible. And I mean some of the most impossible things. You just have to look back at my videos to I Shouldn't Be Alive Part 1 to 4. I remember being in bed. I was very emaciated from not eating for a number of years. I had adhesive arachnoiditis in my spine, a full body intractable pain disorder equal to chronic regional pain syndrome, pain of the skin and the bones and flesh. You know, there are a lot of other issues. Difficulty speaking, and I was laying there in a bed, and it was hard to have any hope. I remember reading under my, I remember there being a Bible under my bed, and I remember reading the book of Acts. I read the whole book. Man, my life was gone. It was like almost worthless. To me, it felt that way. I didn't even feel comfortable reaching out to any friends. I could barely even speak. I was so tired all the time. So I was stuck in a bed, and one of the things that really helped me was music. And I'd have my little iPad that I still have this day. You could probably still find videos of me from 8 years ago making my first video. But I remember start trying to eat again and stuff like that, and man, I was in such a mess. I remember hearing, what is it, Finlandia, Be Still My Soul. Through thorny ways leads to a joyful end. I remember writing down on a piece of paper that very line, putting it on my wall and staring at it. When I'd wake up, I would be, so I was in the same bed. I just sleep in a hospital bed, man, because it has a good angle on it. I don't care. I don't need anything else. A rubber mattress, hard, good for your back. You'd think it's bad, but it's actually good. When I'd wake up, I'd wake up and I would see it on my wall. And I never actually believed that I was actually going to get well. And I'd stare at that. And I would see, leads to a thorny end. And all that was in my life was pain and misery. There was nothing to live for at all. I had no enjoyment. You know the quality of life quotient? There's a test you can take for quality of life. And my quality of life was as low as it gets, aside from, being paralyzed. When I finally got up on my feet and my mother died, I started to make videos because it was my way to reach out. I wasn't looking for attention. I was trying to reach out, and people started to answer, and it started to build and build. And I was trying to figure out what's going on with my body, and people were helping me in real time. And some of those videos I wish I didn't make because I share too much stuff, but let me pace. I can't think straight right now. I was stuck, so I didn't know what was wrong with my spine. I didn't know my first intractable pain disorder. I didn't know what this was in my abdomen. And I was left with like permanent injuries on my body, the very painful ones. I was stuck on, I could no longer lie down anymore because of what the splenic flexure syndrome did. Just hard to breathe in bed and breathless, and I don't have the right medication for it. And I might have to cut this video off because I'm that uncomfortable right now. It's controllable, but yeah, it's just bad at this time of day. You know what, guys? I wake up in the morning now. Yeah, I mean, it's been like this forever, but it's been more in the acute range that when I wake up and I start putting food in my mouth, because I gotta eat, take my pain meds, bam, it's just like right, it's stuck. It's like a blockage, and it can't turn. As I started to move throughout the day, I start to feel better. Listen, I don't want to talk about myself, but it's hard not to. Where I was, I thought it was impossible to get anywhere. But when I moved out here after my mom died, it's hard to look and not see where I am today and see the things that God has allowed me to do. And when I watched that miracle video, I just look at my life and I'm like, yes, Lord, I understand you can heal these things. And it's not nice when someone says, you know, tries to challenge you on that. You know, God can heal. What am I supposed to think? Is he going to heal adhesive arachnoiditis? Because I've never seen it happen. It's the most serious, painful disease there is. Adhesions in your spine. But in that video, he did take those adhesions away. Can he fix my splenic flexure? I know he can do all these things. He did an example with that guy, and it was amazing to see. You know, God, this is just all I want to say. Whatever it is you're suffering with, no matter how bad it seems right now, there is something so much greater for us, and the Spirit in us keeps us going. And that's why it says from faith to faith to faith. You know, what I go through in the morning with my splenic flexure and what I am right now trying to stay in this video rather than pacing and trying to work it through, I know that things will get better. And it's probably to do with my diet and just the way that my life has been busy and stuff like this. Things will get better. And we have to look towards the kingdom of heaven because it's coming. It's right in front of us. And that's why I tell people to be patient. Be patient. It's coming. I wish I could have explained this better. I look at that miracle and I say, why not me, Lord? But I don't want to trouble the Lord either, you know? That's what I'm saying in my spirit. I don't say that to God, why don't you heal me? No, no, no. But I think that, though. Those are, you know, whatever injury you have, whatever pain you have, whatever emotional difficulty you have, why haven't you taken it away? And in this video, as he's speaking, Psalm 103, right as he's teaching Psalm 103, I'm going to read it to you. Psalm 103, 233. It's 233. I'm going to read you Psalm 103. because this is what happened during the very miracle in this video. He was reading it to a group of kids, I think. Let's go to Psalm 103. You know, I don't want to talk about the things I suffer. I don't want to make it about me. I want to make it about Jesus, you know, like this is about him and the things that he has done for us. He took my life. I don't even feel like I have the right to complain about my pain, because I realized where I was 7, 8, 9 years ago when I was stuck on one floor of the home and I couldn't sit down any longer. And with the types of pains that I have, you have to sit down. You have to get rest. Do you know at one point my legs were cellulitis? They were like this big, and I was like carrying them around. I still wouldn't sit down. But God turned that around. He didn't take away the severity of my pain. In some ways, yes, but he let me do things that I thought were impossible. I want to be a little comfortable when I read this, so let me pace. I don't think I'm going to make videos at this time any longer, and you'll probably notice that they will improve. I do believe in sharing misery on camera. And when I get a kidney stone, it makes my splenic flexure a lot worse. And I do believe that may be the case. I'm this close to being done my first year of university. I just have one assignment more. He's letting me drive. He's letting me ride a motorcycle. And it's not those things that matter. It's the fact that he did it. You ask what level of difficulty I'm having? 9, if not 10. Psalm 103, a Psalm of David. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgives all your iniquities, who heals all your diseases. So in the video, when the guy's reading this, his voice is cured. Sorry, I don't mean to, you go watch it. Who heals all your diseases, who redeems your life from destruction. He did that for me. Who crowns you with loving kindness and tender mercies, who satisfies your mouth with good things, so that your youth is renewed like the eagles. The Lord executes righteousness and justice for all who are oppressed. He made known his ways to Moses. He acts to the children of Israel. The Lord is merciful and gracious, slow to anger and abounding in mercy. He will not strive with us nor will he keep his anger forever. He has not dealt with us according to our sins, nor punished us according to our iniquities. For as the heavens are high above the earth, so great is his mercy towards those who fear him. As far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. As a father pities his children, so the Lord pities those who fear him, for he knows our frame. He remembers that we are dust. As for man, his days are like grass. As a flower of the field, so he flourishes. For the wind passes over it, and it is gone, and its place remembers it no more. But the mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting on those who fear him, and his righteousness to children's children, to such as keep his covenant, and those who remember his commandments to do them. The Lord has established his throne in heaven, and his kingdom rules over all. Bless the Lord, you his angels, who excel in strength, who do his word. Heed the voice of his word. Bless the Lord, all you his hosts, you ministers of his, who do his pleasure. Bless the Lord, all his works, in all places of his dominion. Bless the Lord, O my soul. I think I'm just going to finish it up with that, guys, because I'm super uncomfortable. And you know what? I just think that's beautiful, and I want you to watch the video associated with what I'm talking about. Don't worry for me. Pray for me. One of the reasons why it is bad is because I read for about 7 hours a day. So I'm staying still. Guys, God bless. I think this video will bless you. Not this video, but the one that I'm talking about.